Hi everyone, today is a day we have been really excited for. We are going to be harvesting our garlic. Well, at least half of our garlic. Our hard neck looks like it's ready, but the soft neck doesn't, and I'll kind of go over how we know this and how to tell when your garlic is ready to harvest. In the spring, hardneck garlic forms this scape, which you can see here, that comes off of the top. It's basically the flower stalk, and once you see these stalks, you know that your hardneck is going to be ready to harvest in a week or two. We've been harvesting most of our scapes over the past couple of weeks, and there are actually still a couple, but it looks like most of our garlic is ready to harvest, so we're just going to go ahead and pull it now. Another good indicator that your garlic is ready to harvest is that the lower leaves have started to die off. So you can see here the bottom two have already fallen off and the third one is starting to die. And you can also try and push around the soil around the base of your garlic and see if you can see the actual bulb. This doesn't always work because they're usually deeper down than this one head is. But you can also just go ahead and pull out one garlic plant kind of as a test, and this is what we did. And we pulled out a couple a few days ago and they were looking pretty good. Here's a look at our soft neck garlic. I'm not going to go too in depth about the differences between hard neck and soft neck garlic, but that'll maybe be a separate video once we get our soft neck garlic harvested as well. And you can see it looks very different from the hard neck that I showed you earlier. The leaves are still very green and healthy, and when I go to the base of the plant, the first leaf has died, but the second one has only just started to die, so these are still going to need a few weeks to a month. And if I dig down in there just to take a little peek, I can see that the head of garlic is just starting to bulb out, but it's still pretty small, so our soft neck is still a little ways away. So we're going to start pulling out our garlic now. This first one is pretty close to the top of the soil, so we can just pull it out. But for most of these, they're going to be pretty deep down, and the soil has compacted a little bit because this garlic has been in the ground all winter. So the best way to do this without breaking the necks of your garlic is to take a digging fork, starting about 8 to 12 inches away from where your garlic is planted. Just loosen up the soil a little bit. So just angle your fork and pry up that soil. You want to make sure you're relatively far away from where the actual garlic is because you don't want to accidentally pierce it. Once you pierce it, that garlic is not going to be good to store. You can still use it fresh, but since we don't want to use all of this fresh because this is a lot of garlic, we want to keep them as intact as possible. When it looks like your garlic is pretty close to harvesting, you want to stop watering it for about a week or two and let that soil dry out. This will help the outer skin of the heads to form and protect those inner cloves. And if you have a lot of rain forecasted, you probably want to go and pull that up before the rain comes. Here you can see the difference between a head of garlic that's more mature and one that's less. The one on the right has more of the papery outsides developed and you can see that red color, and the one on the left you can almost see through to the cloves just because those outer layers haven't started to dry out yet. Once each garlic plant is pulled out, we're going to just lightly knock off any loose dirt. We don't want to wash it because, again, we don't want to introduce any moisture, and try not to take off any of those outer layers of paper either because, again, this is just going to protect the head underneath. And we'll be curing these, which we'll show you later on in the video. You also just want to keep the stalk and the roots intact right now because the bulbs can still pull energy from those stalks as it cures. And then later on, after it's done curing in a few weeks, we can go ahead and clean those up by snipping off the stalks and the roots so that it's easier for us to store long term. By the way, the variety we grew this year is called Chesnock Red. You can see it has that really beautiful red skin, and this is hardneck garlic. It has just one layer of cloves around the center instead of softneck garlic, which often has the larger cloves on the outside and the smaller cloves on the inside. So this makes it a lot easier to cook with because you don't have to deal with all of those tiny cloves that are super annoying. For this variety, we started off with some heads of garlic that we bought at a local farm store. We separated out each of the cloves and planted those, and each clove turns into a head of garlic. So it's pretty amazing how much you can multiply garlic this way. We started off with 6 heads of garlic, and today we're harvesting 72 heads in total, so that's pretty incredible. Garlic is a really amazing crop to plant because it is so low maintenance. We planted these in the late summer or fall. I believe it was either end of August or September. They stay in the ground all winter, and then we're harvesting them now in the middle of May. I think this is actually a little earlier than some varieties. A lot of garlic is ready to harvest by June or July. So it's a fairly long season crop, but because so much of it grows during the winter when you don't have to do anything, it's basically maintenance free once you plant it. This bed is also in the very back of our garden, and we haven't had to water it at all. Since it's usually pretty damp in the winter, it kind of just took care of itself, and even through cold freezes, it wasn't bothered at all, at least for us in Zone 7. Garlic is also resistant to so many pest issues that a lot of our other crops face. We have a lot of deer in our area and rabbits, and we're in Virginia where we have tons of bugs, but I don't think we've had a single bug or animal mess with our garlic at all, which is really awesome. It's also amazing because garlic is just so versatile in the kitchen. It's not like one of those crops where you have to go and figure out what to do with it once you have this giant harvest. Everyone cooks with garlic, and you can use it in pretty much everything. It also has a fairly long storage life, so this hardneck is supposed to keep for at least a few months, and softneck can last for even up to 6 to 8 months. So we've pulled all of our hardneck garlic up now and have it all gathered here. If there are any scapes that we haven't pulled off yet, we're gonna go ahead and cut those off now so that we can eat them. For these scapes, they're usually ready when they make one loop around, but we're gonna pick these even if they're a little early. These are really delicious, and they're pretty much something you can only get if you grow them yourselves or find them at a farmer's market. And a lot of people like to turn this into garlic scape pesto, but we like it just stir-fried really quickly, and it's really delicious. It has a mild green garlic kind of flavor. So here is our final harvest all laid out. We harvested 72 heads of hardneck garlic out of 6 heads that we started with in the fall, so that is pretty incredible. We obviously cannot eat this much garlic in the next week, so we definitely want to cure this so that it has a longer storage life. To do this, we're bringing everything down to our basement where it is dark and cool. And we have these shelves available where we can just lay out our garlic in a single layer. We want it to have as much airflow as possible so that it can dry out. So these wire shelves are perfect for this. If you don't have wire shelving, you can put this over some sort of screen or mesh. And this is going to cure down here for 3 to 4 weeks. After that period is done, those outer layers of the garlic should dry out until it's papery, like the garlic you would find at the store, and at that point we can clean it up by snipping off the roots and also the stalks. After that, you just want to continue to store it in a dark and cool place, so we'll probably just keep these in our basement, maybe in a mesh bag or a paper bag. All 72 heads of garlic ended up fitting on 2 shelves. Most of our garlic heads were a pretty nice size, but we did get a couple of small ones then. I just wanted to cook those up fresh to show you what they look like. So one way to use these small heads, since the cloves are not very large, is just to cut it in half and throw it in a pot of stock or beans. When I cut it in half, you can sort of see the cloves, but you can see how that papery layer hasn't developed yet, so everything looks really fresh and tender. So here I have some white beans, and I just threw in some herbs, the head of garlic, and also a seasoning pepper, and this will make a really delicious pot of beans. I'm going to take another head of garlic and just peel off the layers so you can see. These outer layers are really soft and pliable and not papery like you would find at the store, so you just have to peel those off until you get to the cloves underneath. The skin is so thin and fresh at this point that I don't even think I need to peel the garlic, so I'm just going to chop it as is. And we're going to be making some garlic knots out of this because that's one of the best ways to have a ton of garlic. This garlic has a really nice, mild, and fresh flavor that was really delicious. And here are our finished garlic knots. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys found this helpful. We'll be back in probably a month or so to harvest our softneck garlic, so until then, please subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.